read the directions. Anytime you iterate, you're throwing something away. If you're not making a significant iteration. And throwing away work is miserable. It crushes the team's morale. It makes people upset. It makes them feel like they don't trust management. It makes them feel like their time and effort isn't cared for, right? And every time you have to do it, somebody invests a bunch of time in creating something, and you tell them, yeah, we're not going this direction, we're going to have to throw that out. They feel bad, you feel bad, and it creates this psychic cost to making any kind of change, right? Even worse than that, the next time you do it, you're going to feel worse because now you're throwing even more of their work away and you're making them even more miserable and they trust you even less. Instead, what we do is we teach people very early on, right when they join the team, that what we want you to do is answer this question, right? We don't want you to spend the time polishing it up so that it's this beautiful thing that you want to share with all your friends. We are going to do that afterwards if this thing succeeds, right? One of the core tenets of MVP. But the main benefit of that is you can really minimize the amount of emotional damage that you do when you have to throw away work and you have to iterate. And by doing that, it lets you make more iterations. It lets you have a lot less risk when you're trying something new. And more than that, the next time that you tell somebody that you have to throw something away and they've seen the benefit of the speed of iteration and they haven't invested the time where they've cared about this thing so deeply that it hurts them, then the next time you do that and you're closer to success, it hurts less. And then the time you do it after that, it hurts less. And eventually, iterations are pain-free. And people know that stuff will need to get changed and stuff will need to get discarded, but it's not personal. And it's not that you don't care about what they're working on or that you don't value their time. Instead, it's that you work with them to invest their time wisely early on and minimize the emotional investment that they have to make to create the feature while still creating it properly. And then what happens is over time, again, every iteration becomes less painful rather than more painful. And in your mind, when you're creating features or when you're designing new things, that means that you don't fear it, right? Like you're not saying, oh God, 10 people are going to hate me if this doesn't work. Instead, you say, well, this might not work. I don't care, right? We're going to try it. There's a reasonable chance that it might work, and we can invest the time, and it's going to cost this much in time and this much in emotional damage rather than this much in time and this much emotional damage. And every time we do this process, that emotional damage will lessen. Whereas if you do it the traditional way, every single time you do that, that emotional damage becomes greater and greater until eventually somebody quits or gets burned out or hates you. So part of our process has always been to onboard people very quickly, design features, and implement features before to a degree that you don't necessarily love them. And once you have the proof that it works, then you invest the time and you make the thing, the beautiful thing that you love.